Welcome back to Breaking Generational Curses. If you are returning, welcome back. And if you're new here, I'm Sierra, and this space is all about keeping it real, breaking toxic cycles, renewing the mind, and building legacy, all while keeping Christ at the center. Today, I have a question for you. Is there something in your life that you've been feeling led to do, but in the back of your mind, you feel unprepared or maybe afraid to take the next step out of fear of failure? Well, today we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about feeling unqualified and why that is. All right, let's get into it. Now, some of you have been wrestling with your next move. You feel a pull either to finish what you've started or to step into something new. But the enemy keeps throwing your past in your face, reminding you of the things you didn't finish, the times things didn't go as planned, and trying to make you believe that you are disqualified before you even get started. And then some of you start, but you seem to give up. Now, hear me, okay? That is just the tactic of the enemy. He wants to keep you stuck. The enemy knows if he can keep you second guessing yourself, he can delay, not stop, but he can delay what God already called you to do. I know so many people right now that have the potential of being so much more, but the enemy has tricked them into either settling or not applying pressure and going towards becoming what is already written for them. And I mean, some really talented, intelligent individuals. Man, these people have the abilities to be things like famous architects, product developers, business owners, high ranking supervisors or leaders, man, coaches, mentors, uh, AI and tech specialists, all these things at a high level because of their skills. But for whatever reason, complacency has a hold on them. And I'm thinking about the other day, I was at the park with my son, chatting with another mom while our kids played. And y'all, this happens to me all the time where people just open up and start sharing their whole life stories with me. And I mean, when I say people, I mean strangers. I used to laugh and ask God, like, Lord, why do these people want to tell me all their business? But I've learned it's part of my calling. One of my spiritual gifts is faith. And with that, God uses me to encourage people and to help them see their highest potential. Sometimes that means offering feedback. Other times it just means being a listening ear to allow people to openly talk through things that they already have the answers to. But anyway, this mom started talking about going back to school. She had a couple of hurdles holding her back. One of them I was able to help her with because it lined up with my professional background. So I was able to give her some tips and feedback on how to move forward. But the other was a little deeper. Um, she told me that even though she wanted to go back to school, she didn't want to finish the degree she started, which is fine. That happens to a lot of us. um, but instead, she felt a strong pull towards becoming a marriage counselor. She even spoke about her own marriage, 20 years strong, four beautiful children. And yet, in the same breath, she said, but what I don't know, or I don't think I could do it. What do I even know about marriage or relationships? Um, and so I shared with her two things. If you feel pulled in that direction, chances are that's where God is calling you. You don't have to have an extensive background in it, but I can bet the experiences that you already have is more than enough. And the fact that you have the desire to learn and advance in that arena is all God needs to propel you to your next, right? And then, secondly, the enemy always plants seeds of doubt to keep you from moving towards your destiny. Because here's the truth, guys. Sometimes the very thing we feel least qualified to do is the exact thing God is calling us to step into. The enemy may not know God's exact plan for our life, but he recognizes the shift when God starts us on a new path, and it makes him nervous. I am sure the enemy probably watches like, wait, what is she doing? What, what is he doing? Because let's be clear, he knows we all have the ability to become a threat to hell's agenda. He studied us for a long time. So yeah, he knows our weaknesses, but he knows our strengths too, you know? And that's when the enemy starts whispering things like, you're not qualified, you're not smart enough. Better just stay where you are, you know? No one else in your family ever did it. So what makes you think you can? Lie after lie after lie. All designed to apply pressure and to keep you complacent. But I want to encourage you today, daughter of the Most High, man after God's own heart. God doesn't call the qualified, he qualifies the called. If he placed it in your heart, he will equip you as you go. Just take one step at a time. And I'll leave you with this. Psalms 23:4 reminds us, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For you are with me, your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Even if you feel like you're in a valley right now, uncertain, wrestling with doubt, or fighting through a hard season, remember this. You are not walking through it alone. God is with you. And that valley that seems too low and too dark is not your final stop. It's just the passageway to your promise. Truth is, if God really laid out the map for us, we wouldn't go. Okay? Once again, assuming that those valleys that we see ahead are too low or too dark, or those mountains that we see are too steep to climb, that's why he calls us to walk by faith. Because very often we're already in it. And then we realize, well, we've come too far to turn around. Might as well keep going. So when your faith feels small, cling to his words. And also remember Mark 9:24. Lord, I believe, but help my unbelief. That prayer is enough. God honors even the smallest seed of faith, and he will meet you right where you are. And if any of this resonates with you, leave a comment. I would love to hear, what is that thing that's been tugging at your heart, but fear has had you frozen in time? Up until now, that is. I pray that this word encourages and convicts every ear that hears and every heart that is open to receive, and that you start moving on that thing God's been calling you to, because you were created for such a time as this. There is no more time to procrastinate. Your time is now, okay? Make sure you subscribe, because here on BGC, we are building a community of chain breakers. We are walking into what God is calling us to in real time. And even if you feel like you don't have anyone else walking with you on this journey to your next, I'm here, okay? We're here. You don't have to do it alone. That's also why this fall, the Breaking Generational Curses cohort is launching, a space where we'll be building community, breaking free from strongholds, and shifting our mindset so we can step boldly into our next level. No more generational strongholds. No more cycles. We're just moving forward together. All right? Until next time, peace, love, and healing.